This is a story about the worst car I've ever seen for bodged repairs, accident repairs. In fact, it's the only car I've ever refused to work on in my 12 years at looking at Alfa Romeos. The story is a guy who was selling cars, turns out to be on sort of street corners, asked me to have a look at an ABS fault on this vehicle. It arrived to me on the back of a recovery truck, and when right from the moment I first laid eyes on it, it didn't look right. First of all, a guy who was selling cars, turns out to be on sort of street corners, asked me to have a look at an ABS fault on this vehicle. It arrived to me on the back of a recovery truck, and when right from the moment I first laid eyes on it, it didn't look right. First of all, the colour was wrong because they'd never made it in white in 2005, and when I opened the door, things just didn't seem right at all. What had happened to the vehicle? It had obviously been in a major accident at some point in its life and been very badly repaired and very dangerously repaired. As you'll see from the video, there's lots of issues with it. Bad welding, things not being repaired, airbags not being replaced. It really was an absolute not to buy it by making a note on the forums and Facebook and things, but unfortunately somebody did end up buying it, and they tried to take this guy to court to get his money back. I think in the end he got some of his money back from this vehicle, but he did lose out on a fair old chunk of money. But the salesman had the car back and then tried to sell it again, and unfortunately somebody bought it again in Birmingham. They got word of the thread that the car was a death trap, and I ended up buying it off this customer for quite a lot of money for what it was really. And I wanted to buy it to get this car off the road because it literally was an absolute death trap, and I can't believe he was letting somebody drive around it. Oh look, no airbag light. Just check the airbag, just in case. Can't quite see. That's not standard Alfa airbag. And there's no airbag there whatsoever. Paintwork door is actually touching the wing when you open it. As well as it all rusted down the bottom as well. That's got to be what, 2 mil of filler? That's where that connector should be, and that's the block hole. Okay, the wing was being held on by one bolt that I can see there, so I've just undone that one bolt and let's see what happens.
there's a little self-tapping screw in there, look. Can you see that? So one of the bolts holding this, one self-tapping screw holding the wing on. This is all that was holding that front driver's wing on. Pretty well. It's an aftermarket pattern part. No filler, luckily, which is surprising. You can see it's all been welded down there. It's all creased in there. It's all folded under there. I hate to think of what's holding the subframe on. Bad repairs there and welding. The floor is also sopping wet. Expanding filler. Floor is still creased all the way along. The whole side quarter has been replaced. We've extended the hinge because the chassis is pushed in by, I would say, an inch on this side. So it means the door, watch that door open, you might not be able to see it properly. Look how far down that door has dropped. Show and compare it to the other side. See, that door comes out pretty straight, and that door's nearly touching the floor. The whole rear quarter has been changed badly. All weld lines all the way across. It was also had a line here, so the windscreen sat proud. As you can see there, it's all started to rust. The panel fit at the back. Put the fingers in there and all the way across. Can't get my fingers in there.
So thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these top quality repairs. I'm very glad this one's off the road. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel because I do lots of interesting repair videos. Thanks.